I love starting here. Multiple reasons. It gives us a moment to just connect our bodies to the mat, and it lets us find our breath. So welcome, and let us do that today. Inhale the hands all the way up. And exhale the body forward, reaching, and again, beginning. We might be gentle. We may not be able to reach too far forward. So just be nice to your body. Bend your knees if needed. Release your chest, your forearms, your head as low as it feels. And let's just take some really beautiful deep breaths here. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Just really focus on the quality of breathing today. Not necessarily the quantity, right? So we want nice deep inhalations and exhalations here. Each time sinking the body just a little bit closer to the floor. Shutting your eyes and letting space just fill your head. Feel your groin because there's a lot of pressure here. Feel your lower back as well. Just let everything release. I'm going to stay here for one more breath, please. And exhale, slowly roll up. We're going to just gently walk over to one side and do the same thing. So I'm going to reach over my leg and just release over to the side with a nice side bend in my back. And again, finding some deep breaths here. I'm so glad you're all here today. I can promise you that you're going to feel better and longer and stronger before the end of this. Today we're going to find a little bit more warmth in our lower body. So that's going to be a bit more of the focus today. We'll find that warmth before we find the stretch. But here I just want you to find the breath. Focus on your intentions, your goals, and your wants for your body today. One more deep breath here, please. And as you exhale, walk your hands back to center and let's go to the other side. So again, nice gentle walk with the hands, reaching to the other side, leaning the chest forward, shutting the eyes. And taking some deep breaths here. Just a few more breaths. One more time. Fill your lungs. Give the grace and space that you need. Come back to the center, please. And roll up. From here, let's take our feet forward. One foot comes forward. The other foot, what I'd like you to do is reach across the body. So flex the foot in the front. And from here, we're going to go ahead and just draw our knee in towards our chest. So you can do this a variety of ways. We can actually grab underneath kind of the knee and just kind of give it a gentle hug here. Or you can certainly lift the leg and grab underneath the leg and pull up. So either option is good. But again, just allow that side and underneath the glute to open here, whether it's the foot remains on the floor or the foot is lifted. Just feel a few deep breaths here happen. And one more. And gently release that leg. And the same arm that the leg is forward reaches all the way up. I want you to give a beautiful reach out of the ribs and then exhale it across. Really draw that elbow into the knee for a twist here. So we're looking behind our bodies. We're pressing that elbow into the knee. We're focusing on our breath. And as we exhale, feel a little gentle release in that spine. One more breath here. And release it forward. Good work. Same thing other side. Inhale the leg. Again, either keeping it down, giving our leg a gentle pull here. You can start here, or again, feel free to draw that arm underneath the leg and cradling the leg. We can lift that leg up. So feel free to use your breath. Feel free to open the bottom of the belly and the hip. Rocking that body or staying stationary in this stretch. And good job, release that down. Twisting all the way, first reaching and then gently rotating. So again, we're just looking behind us, asking for a little gentle twist in the spine. Two more breaths here, please. Nice. From here back to center, let's go ahead and take our legs to the center in a crisscross applesauce position. Hands, what we're going to do is reach our fingertips forward. So gently crawl your hands to me as I reach to you. Lean the body forward. Drop your chin, drop your chest. And do me a favor and let your eyes close here. Filling your body with the oxygen and energy it needs. Feel that openness in through the lower back. And if done properly, in through the upper back as you drop your chin, drop your forehead even lower in that center. Trying to get our forearms on the ground, releasing our chin even more forward. That's such a beautiful stretch. I want you just to let this happen. Let this feel good to your body. There's no need to rush the beginning this morning. We'll pick up the pace, I promise. But one of the major key markers of actual leanness and weight loss, not that that's what you're looking for necessarily, but it is breath, it's oxygen, it's filling our lungs, it's slowing down, it's stress release. And so we need to create that opportunity and that margin right now. So just keep here for a good 10 more seconds, please. Nice. And exhale. Roll slowly up the body. And from here, let's take our shoulders, rolling our shoulders nice and forward, pulling them forward, inhaling, and then exhaling, releasing our shoulders to the back. Let's do that again. Inhaling the shoulders forward, thinking about our upper body, our upper back, and releasing it to the back. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale forward, nice and strong, looking for a big gesture of the body, and releasing. 1 more time, please. Inhaling with the breath and exhaling. Let's take our shoulder and our head now to one side. I'm going to gently release my arm and allow my arm to just open the side of the shoulder. Again, you can keep your eyes closed, you can open your eyes, whatever makes you feel comfortable and grounded here. Drop your chin to your chest, release your arm, and switch to the other side. Again, a couple nice deep breaths here. Nice. Good job. Back down to center with the arms and with the head. Inhale the chin all the way up. Let's stretch our neck. And exhale, release. Drop the chin to the chest, hands at the sides. Let's do that again. Inhale the chin all the way up. And exhale the chin neutral. From here, take your hands behind your back. So I'm going to clasp my hands just like we normally do. And do that behind your glutes just slightly. And open up your shoulders. So really draw your belly forward. Drop your chest in. And release the shoulders back. And take a few deep breaths here. Filling your lungs, feeling the stretch through the spine, through the tops of the shoulders. And from here, go ahead and take a deep breath in, open through the lungs and throat. And then exhale the body forward, keeping the clasp in the back of the arms. And just reach the body forward. You're not going to be able to come super far forward, but just feel that release in the shoulders and slightly into the sit bones. Dropping your belly, and now drop your arms forward, dropping your hands on your mat. Release and reach your hands back forward again. One more time. Release that spine, drop the head, and really try to allow your body to sit forward so that your sit bones come off of the mat this time. So really think about dropping as far forward as you can so the hips slightly come off of the mat. A little bit of a different, more intense stretch than what we did at the beginning. And from here, just go ahead and release it forward. We're going to move on to cat-cow on our knees. So let's go ahead and rotate around, dropping our hands down and putting our knees underneath our belly. From here, scooping the body forward, squeezing the chin to the chest. Feel that squeeze, feel that intention in the belly, isolate that stretch, and then exhale, release the glutes. So what I want you to focus on is the grab underneath. So here we go. Inhale, scoop. Feel the lower belly pull towards the hands. Feel that engagement. Ask that engagement and stay there. Still breathe. Stay here. And then exhale, release. So this is also a spinal open, but the longer that we stay in the cow, the longer and more you're going to get out of the belly tightening. So let's do it again. Inhale to scoop. So if it's too much for you, go ahead and release it out right away. But otherwise, if you want to stay here with me a little bit longer, just feel the squeeze, feel the curvature, pull the body forward, focus on the abs. Exhale, release. Nice job. We'll do that one more time. Excellent. Inhale to scoop. Feel the tightness. Feel that openness here. Dropping the chin as far forward as you possibly can. Still don't forget to breathe, so keep that moving. And good job. Release it out. We're going to go into child pose here. So from here, go ahead and just sink and allow the knees to spread and open on your mat as you allow your body to reach forward and sink those glutes back. Open up that belly, dropping the shoulders down. Release the forehead, release the arms. You should feel this beautiful stretch in the shoulders, top of back. Let the breath fill you here. Nice job. One more deep breath, please. And on the exhale, roll the body up, come back into tabletop, and let's go right into a lifted leg. So lifting our hip up off of the ground, focusing on 90 degrees with that heel to the knee to the hip. And we're going to press the heel and release that heel. So we want to press and release. Big press and release. Again, remember our job today is warmth. So we're going to create the warmth and then we will create that stretch. Again, feel free to go at your own pacing here. Feel free to go at your own push here. Okay, so lifting and lowering, creating a lift and dropping it in. So again, trying to keep those shoulders square, pressing into the heel of the hand, spreading the fingertips long, lifting the glutes and lowering the glutes. Good job. Lifting and lowering. Squeeze and release. Now from here, what I want you to do is think about the fact that we have 2 more, and now 1 more. Lift and hold, and extend that leg long, and I want you just to hold this. So our leg is lifted, our body is long, our fingertips are pressed, and we're just holding the work, squeezing the hips, keeping it as neutral as possible, feeling that back glute just firm and fire up right now. And now I want you to just pulse, 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 just little baby movements out of that back leg. Ooh, you can feel that now. All right, pressing in, breathing, focusing on that belly breath. 4 seconds, 3, 2, and 1. Slide that foot to the front of the mat. Go ahead and release it into a nice, gentle forward release through that hip. Oh, that should feel good. Again, we're not on the hip, we're actually on the hip flexor the other side. So it's just a release, and we'll get the hamstring on this side in just a second. So just stay here for 4 more seconds, pressing the hands down for 3, 2, and press it back. Ooh, feel that release on the leg that you just worked. Let the chest fall forward on that knee. Shut your eyes, just release the body here. Get a nice openness through that glute. Staying here for 4 more seconds, please. All right, from here, bending the knee, let's step that foot back, and we're going back into tabletop. So in our tabletop position, oh, cat-cow again. Let's scoop up that belly. Use the belly. Scoop and inhale. Pull the chin in. Drop the head down. Open up that spine at the top. Feel the core just gently grab underneath and squeeze. And then exhale it out. There it is. Again, inhale to scoop. This is such a great lower body tightener if you choose to use it as such. If you'd rather just use it as a stretching option, please feel free to do that as well. Exhale, release here. Go ahead and open the body up. Again, inhale to lift. Notice how we're holding the squeeze more than we're holding the stretch. That's intentional. I want you to really start to creep up on those obliques and feel the obliques on the sides of the belly, and then exhale, release. Sometimes in isolation is all you need. Inhale, scoop. You're welcome. Feel that breath, best for last, so use the work here, please. 4 more seconds, hold the 4, hold the 3, 2, and release it out. Good work. From here, we're gonna lift the opposite leg straight up. So heel to ceiling, 90 degrees in that back knee if you can. And we're gonna lift and lower. Just make sure you're using the opposite leg. I wanna make sure that everybody's body is going to be even today. So again, squeeze and release. Sometimes all you need is your own body, right? We work our body. We need our own body to work our body to get our body stronger, fitter, more balanced, more stretched. It's the beauty of yoga. It's the beauty of fusion, Pilates. Inhales and exhales. And a bar, all of which just asks you to focus on your own personal best with your own personal mat and your own personal body. This is where we really just keep a focus on ourselves which is why I feel like some of the time mixing in in-person class with an online class is so very important, because you can actually focus on yourself and you're not distracted looking around. And so I'm glad that you're here today. Let's extend that leg out and hold it. Now, if any time it gets to be too hard, drop the toe down. Just drop it here and lift it just a little bit, right? So you don't have to be fully lifted to make this count, okay? Make it comfortable. And lift. Do the best you can with the comfort. Lift. Lift. So little baby pulses here. Not asking for a lot, just asking for 10 seconds. And you know that stretch is coming. Here it comes. In 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and swing that foot to the front of your mat, please. And just allow a little bit of a hip stretch first before we actually stretch the glute on the other side. All right, so nice job, everyone. All right, from here, we're going to go ahead and push back. Press into the heel of the front leg, leaning the arms forward. And we're going to stay here for a bit of space and time. Stay here. Really try to get the chest a little closer to the hamstring, chest a little closer to the knee. Nice job. From here, what I'd like you to do is go ahead and put a bend in that front knee. Step the back leg to the front of the mat, and we're going to open to a forward fold. Now, in this forward fold, you're going to need to bend your knees, most likely. And just bend your knees, walk your hands to the front of your feet. And we're going to bend our knees down. Inhale the knees, open the heels, and extend. Exhale, glutes come to the ceiling. Again, inhale, bending the knees generously, open those heels, and then exhale, lift. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale to bend, exhale to straighten, and on this last one, we're going to inhale to bend, and exhale to lift. Good work. And from here, let's go ahead and just bend the knees slightly so we can roll up for our vertebrae one at a time. We're at the top of our mat where the head is allowing to our last, then to lift, shoulder roll comes to the back of the mat. Let's do that again. Inhale the shoulders here, and exhale, release. Go ahead and take a drink. Go ahead and take a drink coming off your mat just briefly. Today we're going to go right into a little bit of work. So, top of your mats as soon as you're ready. And I just spilled on myself. Serves me right, right? All right, so when you're ready, dear friends, let's take our feet outside of our hips, please, and sinking down. We're going to hold a squat. Now, if you can't see this very well, that's okay, but my glutes are in 90 degrees with my knees. Okay, so I'm trying to sink as low as possible to feel this. So we're going to go right into this. Feel that, and we're going to lift and lower. So we're not going to come all the way up. We're going to sink deeper. We're going to squeeze about 3/4 of the way up and press the body down. So let's get some warmth in those quads. Let's squeeze our core. Let's press our heels deeply into the mat. So we're going to fire up a little bit more. And I have to say, a squat is one of the pinnacle, one of the prime, one of the best ways to start a workout because it's going to really activate a good 85% of your body, basically from your belly button south, right? Everything south of that belly button is just turning on right now and turning up. You should start to feel this, especially with those lifts of the legs before. And again, looking at about 3/4 of the way up and pressing all the way down. 3/4 of the way up and pressing your body down. So let's do this for 4 more. 3 more. You're going to see this often. 2 more. Squeeze the belly, squeeze the belly. 1 more this time. Hold it down, hold it down. Focus on the squeeze. Good work. All right, standing it up, stepping your feet together. Or I'm gonna turn sideways. Inhale the hands all the way up. We're gonna move on into some in vinyasa flow. Exhaling, release. Your heart is lifted. Your hands are now forward into a forward fold. From our forward fold position, half lift, hands are going to come towards our shins. And we're going to stay here and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze our glutes. Feel the engagement from the lower back down. Exhale, release. And from here, step back into plank. Now, if plank is hard for you, I want you to go on your knees. Okay, so feel your knees, feel your belly engaged, or you may hold plank. Now, if you're not comfortable dropping on towards your belly, I want you to go into a child pose when we do this, okay? So from here, spreading the fingertips, dropping it down, holding it here, squeezing, and then pressing back up. We're not going into upward facing dog. We're actually going into push-ups. Check it out. Squeeze the core. You can drop onto your knees. Inhale the body down. Hold above the mat. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, release. Let's do 2 more. Inhale the body down. Drop to your knees if you need to. Exhale the body up, keeping the hips strong and solid here. Again, inhale the body down, looking for strength today. Exhale the body up into downward dog. Go ahead and press the body into downward dog. Spread the fingertips, spread the toes. Drop the heels as best you can. And let's bend our knees down and extend. So we're going to bend and then extend into a downward dog. Again, inhale, scoop to bend. That's number 2 of 4. I want you to really open the back side of the hammies and into the heels and into the calves. Inhale down, last one. Exhale, lift up. Excellent job. Let's step our feet towards our fingertips. Forward fold. In that forward fold, I want you to make sure your feet come to the front of your mat as best you can. Inhale the hands all the way up. Exhale, coming into prayer. We're going to be doing alternating backward stepping lunges. So 1 foot steps to the back, and then we stay low in the front. Opposite foot steps to the back, and then we stay low in the front. So what I want you to think about when you're stepping back is really finding the tippy toes on the back of your mat. Now again, if this gets to be too tough, I want you to hold. You just stay in a hold, right? So you can step back, but hold it rather than moving through it, okay? Otherwise, the other option is if a lunge is not comfortable, you can always squat, and you can always feel that squat. So we're gonna do this in between the sets of our vinyasa flow. So we're gonna warm up the body, and then we'll stretch the body in this next one. Really good for you, I promise, okay? So we're gonna do 4 more. 3 more. I don't know about you, but my heart's starting to lift. 2 more. And on this last one, step together, stand it up, reach the hands all the way up, vinyasa flow number 2. Exhale, release it down. Coming into a halfway lift, hands come to the shins. And again, feeling that squeeze, feeling that openness. Exhale, release down to the base of your mat. You may step or jump to plank. In plank position, before we move on, we do have 4 push-ups, okay? So again, drop onto one knee, drop onto both knees, press into that push-up, and lift the body back up into plank position. So however you feel comfortable doing that, taking it down, lifting it up, trying to hollow out that belly, trying to keep those hips up. 2 more. Pushing away. On this last one, taking it down, pressing it up, and finding our downward facing dog. Whew. All right. In this downward facing dog, I want everyone, we're going to go through that actual upward and downward dog twice, just to make sure we get that stretch. So let's shift forward 1 more time. We're going to take it down all the way, shift and lift, curl those toes under to a downward dog. Let's do that again. Shift the body forward. I do this a lot actually before working out. I do just this motion right here. Taking it down to chaturanga, shifting and lifting, because it's so good for the belly, and it's so good, down dog, for the back. I hope you enjoyed that. All right, let's take one foot up. So here we go, lifting it up. And now from here, this lifted leg, what I want you to do with that lifted leg is swing it to the front of the mat for warrior one. Taking the front foot forward and the back foot presses, taking the fingertips to a lifted warrior one. All right, nice. Warrior two, pressing it open and up, allowing that front knee to track that toe. Breathing, inhales and exhales, inhales and exhales. Reversing, so we're going to come into that nice, gorgeous reverse where that front knee stays down, elbow lifts to the ceiling. You can either place the hand above the glutes or down the back of the leg. Make it comfortable for you. Keeping that front knee as strongly bent as possible is important here. Go ahead and swing the hands back to warrior two, please. And now swing into warrior one. In warrior one, let's go ahead and take our hands down to a nice low lunge. So spending a little bit of time here in our low lunge will allow us to open up our hips as well. So you can stay here in the low lunge or you can drop down into the low lunge. We're going to be here for a little bit of time. So feel free to bend and extend the back leg or keeping it stationary or dropping the back knee down. Again, create some space for what you need today. Just breathe. Let that hip just open up. And when you're ready, drop the back knee down if you have not already. Walk your hands up. We're going to go ahead and take a lifted arm to the front where the back leg can open. And we're going to reach towards that back leg to open up the quad. So a nice strong quad release here with the leg that is down, with the knee that is down here. Nice job. And from here, let's go ahead and release that, stepping the front foot that's at the front of your mat now to the back of your mat. Go ahead and do that. And we're going to go through our vinyasa flow, taking it down, shifting and lifting, and then curling our toes to downward facing dog. Nice job. Nice, nice job. Go ahead and spread your fingertips. Drop your chest in. Really let this downward dog just focus us. Before we step forward, do some lunges and move to the other side. So I know that you know what's going to happen here. So I really want you just to let this moment just slow you down a bit here. So reconnect your breath. And now we're not done, but we're going to slowly walk our feet to our fingertips because I think this is so good for the backs of the legs. And after we do this a few times, this is even better than a forward fold because we're moving into it and it's creating tension just slowly and gently. I love that about this. So please feel free to take your time, walk to the front of your mat, take your time. And now from here, release your head down, try to hit the forward fold a little bit deeper and a little bit more forward if you can already. And now let's move on into our lunges, very similar to what we did with the first side. So we alternated our legs and we're going to do that again. So go ahead and put a bend in your knees, inhale the hands all the way up and exhale coming into prayer position at the front and center of our mat. Let's go ahead. We're going to step back again and just gently putting a bending in the knee, keeping the knees bent to the front of our mat, stepping back, using the full opportunity of that mat and asking the body to go backwards is important. We do a lot of things and movements forwards, and so that's why thinking and allowing our body to use all the planes of movement is really important. So today, we're not only asking a lifting of the heart before we stretch our muscles, we're also moving in that plane of motion to the back of our mat. So how exciting. Inhales and exhales as we go. If it feels more comfortable to put your hands on your hips, or your hands out in front of you in prayer. Just let that happen. Notice how the side you've stretched probably feels a little bit better, right? The hip is open, the quad is open on that side. It's so good. So we're gonna get there to this side. We've got 4 more here. You're doing great for 3. Do your best for 2. And last one. Good work. From here, straighten the legs. Inhale the hands. Exhale, release. Come on down. From here, half lift, hands come to shins, please. Scoop up that belly, just like we did at the very beginning with that cat-cow. I want you to really scoop, creating a nice curvature of the spine here. Pull the belly up and towards that spine, and then exhale, release. Again, you may step or jump back. Plank position. In our plank position, let's go through. Taking it down, chaturanga. Shifting it up, upward facing dog. Curling our toes, downward facing dog. So when we're in downward facing dog, I really want you to try to get that chest deeper. And what you're going to notice actually, especially if you look at yourself in the mirror right now, you'll notice that your head and your shoulders are even further from each other. So my head and my chest are really trying to drive to my quads, right? So I'm not here. If you notice the difference, I'm not here. I'm actually here where I'm pressing down, pressing back and down. All right, let's move on. Inhale, other leg goes up. And we're gonna move on into our warrior 1 position. So swing that back foot to the front of the mat, please. Pivot the back toe down and then open the fingertips to the front. So as we open the fingertips to the front, we're finding that warrior 1, we're using our upper body. We're feeling the strength of our lower body that we just created. And now we'll shift our bodies into warrior 2. So we'll open up those fingertips towards me as I open towards you. Good work. Extending those fingertips nice and long here. And then from here, the front arm reaches up as the back arm can either reach behind or down that back leg. Couple deep breaths here. Good about the movement, strong with some very strong and basic yoga poses to get us energized for the day. Coming back to warrior 2, please extending those hands back out and moving into warrior 1, lifting the back arm all the way back up, keeping a nice strong bent knee in the front. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and take it into a nice low lunge. Extend those fingertips to the front of the mat. Pivot the back toe down and release the hands where they feel comfortable. Again, you can find a low lunge here, or you can stay just a little bit more lifted. That's fine. Bending and extending that back knee here. Just make sure you're using your breath, using the work, and feeling strong. We're going to be needing that strength to get you through this day. Somehow it's already here. So it's not the past, but it's the present, and it is a gift. So give your body this gift right here. And now from here, drop the back knee all the way down. Let's walk our hands up and inhale the heel that is to the back of the body, lifting the front arm and driving back and reaching towards it. So you may not be able to touch the back of the heel or the base of the foot. That's okay. This side is my better side, so it's a little bit easier for me. The other side is a little bit trickier, and that's okay. Release it back. Let's go through our vinyasa flow. Step that front foot to the back. Open the body back up into a plank position. Strong through our plank position. And let's go ahead, taking it into chaturanga. Shifting the body, lifting the belly forward, dropping it in, and curling those toes to a gentle down dog. Nice work, everyone. Thank you for being here today.